am a married woman. I'm chewing on about 30 carats. Chomp, chomp.
There were stories coming out about Christian being a scammer, but she got married to this fool. She's dumb as
Jennifer Williams, once admired for her style and bold personality on Basketball Wives, is now facing a completely different chapter in her life. What seemed like a happy and stable marriage has quickly unraveled, leaving her in a troubling situation. Her husband, Christian, who once kept a low profile, is now making headlines, but for all the wrong reasons. Instead of being praised for his work or being seen as a loving partner, he's now surrounded by serious accusations. Investigations have uncovered that the businesses he was running weren't built on hard work or honesty. According to court documents and multiple reports, several of his financial activities were against the law. Deals that once seemed like smart business moves are now being labeled as fraudulent. People are shocked, especially those who once saw their relationship as solid. What's unfolding now is far from what Jennifer probably imagined when she said, "I do." As more details come out, it's becoming clear that this scandal goes much deeper than just a failing marriage. It's tied to criminal behavior that could lead to real consequences for Christian.
First of all, we're not going to make this about Christian.
Well, it kind of is. This actually came to me. Carl's cousin went and invested money and has been trying to get her money back. Tell your man to send her $1,500 back.
People close to the couple later admitted that there were warning signs early on, but somehow everything stayed quiet for years. That's when the situation started getting more serious. Christian, Jennifer's husband, always came off as someone who liked to keep things private. While fans of Basketball Wives were busy watching Jennifer's story unfold on TV, Christian stayed in the background. He wasn't the type to chase fame or show off, and unless you really followed Jennifer's personal life, you probably wouldn't even know who he was. To most people, he was just the man she was married to. But that quiet appearance didn't reflect what was actually going on. Behind the scenes, Christian was working to build a name for himself, launching businesses and networking in professional circles. From the outside, it seemed like he wanted his own path. Separate from Jennifer's spotlight, he started several businesses. Some seemed real, while others raised eyebrows. As Jennifer stayed focused on her career in TV and brand deals, Christian was allegedly getting caught up in shady deals. Legal issues had already started building before anything went public. People around him began to see problems: fake contracts, strange money movements, and payments that didn't make sense. But no one spoke up, maybe thinking it wasn't their place.
First of all, nothing I do is because of Evelyn. Let's make that very clear. Christian and I always were getting married in Vegas, and based off of what happened leading up to our marriage, we cannot do it when we wanted to do it. Like, why not do it now?
Maybe those around him thought he'd sort it all out on his own, or that things weren't as serious as they seemed. But the problems didn't go away, they just grew. Meanwhile, fans remained completely unaware. Since Christian wasn't in the public eye, there was no reason for anyone to question his actions or look into his business dealings. He kept things quiet and distant from Jennifer's fame, which made it easier for the truth to stay hidden. There were no red flags for the public because he never gave them a reason to be suspicious. His low-key presence worked like a shield, keeping everything under wraps. But things took a turn when real proof started surfacing. Official documents began to leak, showing that his businesses weren't just risky, they were part of something much bigger and far more serious.
We are getting ready to board to fly to Vegas. I am very excited to be going to Vegas. Let's get this paperwork done. We're gonna do Vegas. It's gonna be a fun wedding. We're gonna make it official. We're gonna have a good time. See you soon.
Reports confirmed that a full investigation had been started into Christian's business dealings. As news spread, more and more people came forward, saying they had been misled. Some had invested large amounts of money into his ventures, trusting that they'd see solid returns. But nothing ever came back. And that's when the anger started building. Once the legal documents were made public, what used to be just gossip suddenly became confirmed facts. The internet picked up the story quickly, and soon everyone was talking about fraud, money scams, and even money laundering. The story spread like wildfire. Many of the complaints accused Christian of creating fake companies just to trick investors. He would promise big profits, painting a picture of successful projects and growing businesses. But according to those affected, the truth was far from that. Instead of putting the money into real opportunities, Christian allegedly spent it on himself, buying high-end cars, designer clothes, and funding a lavish lifestyle. What was supposed to be a smart investment for others turned out to be a personal cash grab for him.
Like, girl, we don't have no secrets.
Right.
And why are you so invested and concerned? Because I'm actually not your friend. So, I read her rights.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna let nobody talk bad about you. Like,
Vice versa.
never. When people are just so invested in other people, you are deflecting from some that's going on in your real life.
Miserable people try to bring happy people down to their level.
Yeah, and want to bring you misery.
They want company.
Yeah.
I'm not here to keep them company.
As more people came forward with official complaints, it became clear this wasn't just a social media rumor anymore. Real legal action was starting, and Christian's name was everywhere for all the wrong reasons. With his name trending and accusations piling up, Jennifer didn't say a word. She didn't speak out to support him, but she also didn't make a public effort to separate herself from the situation. That silence made people start asking questions. Did she know what was going on all along? Was she involved somehow? Or was this all just as shocking to her as it was to everyone else? Some thought maybe she was staying quiet to protect him, hoping things would calm down. Others felt she was still trying to wrap her head around everything that was happening. Whatever the reason, her silence added more weight to the story. Fans started scrolling through her social media accounts, looking closely to see if she had deleted any pictures with him or changed her captions. Everyone was searching for signs that could explain how she really felt or where she stood.
What's up, baby?
Hi. How you feeling?
I'm okay. Going ready to go knock this out, get it over with.
Christian was sentenced to 15 days jail time, but the judge ultimately allowed Christian to travel to Paris for our wedding. But he had to serve 2 days prior. Now we're back from Paris, and Christian has to serve another.
People began wondering if Jennifer had been leaving subtle hints online, but there was nothing clear. The internet was flooded with guesses and theories, yet she stayed completely silent. While everyone searched for clues, she refused to comment. Sometimes, saying nothing speaks louder than any post or statement. Then came a surprise. No one saw coming the trial started earlier than expected. Christian was officially charged, and the case quickly became serious. Prosecutors brought forward strong evidence, including emails that showed Christian had a full plan to move money through fake companies. They didn't stop there. Screenshots, detailed bank records, and witness statements painted a clear picture. This wasn't a small mistake. It looked like something he had carefully planned and carried out over time. But what shocked many was the part about Jennifer. Some of the evidence actually supported the idea that she had no knowledge of what was happening. During the trial, one of Christian's old business partners testified that Christian had made a point to keep Jennifer in the dark. He didn't want her to question anything or get involved, which suggested she might have been just as blindsided as the public.
Son's father, Carl's cousin Kiki, DM'd me to tell me that she had invested money with Christian and she wanted to let me know what was going on.
The courtroom was tense as a witness stepped forward and told everyone that Christian had lied to Jennifer, just like he had lied to the investors who trusted him. He had played everyone. That moment changed everything. After months of rumors, leaked files, court appearances, and endless questions, the truth was finally out. Christian was guilty. The judge made it clear that this wasn't just some business plan that went wrong or a company that didn't work out. It was a plan built on lies and manipulation. Christian had created fake companies, invented phony deals, moved money through secret accounts, and used other people's funds for his own benefit. This wasn't a situation that spiraled out of control. It was something he had planned from the start. The damage he caused was real. People lost their savings. They trusted him and got nothing in return. What made it worse was that Christian didn't seem sorry. He showed no real emotion, no sign that he understood what he had done to people's lives. The judge didn't go easy on him. The sentence was harsh years behind bars. When the verdict was read and the sentence handed down, the entire court